Howard Stern Show.
So when you decide to direct a movie like Rosewater, do you have somebody that you send the script to after you write it that you can at least say, hey, you know,
is this viable? Is this a real thing?
Is this a real script?
No, I had access to a couple of guys, some directors, producer.
Who'd you contact?
Well, first contacted a guy named Scott Rudin, who was a producer,
right? And
he got involved, and so that helped. But I also gave it to guys that came by the show, like Ron Howard came by the show. And
wow.
I'd be the dick that would go back to the room and be like, hey, Ron, what's up?
And you say, hey, Ron,
I've got a script.
Would you mind if I
pick your brain about my script?
That's right.
Was your hope that he would direct it and read it, or was your hope that he would just give you some pointers?
I mean, it was always a small movie. I mean, right. I knew that there was no chance.
And would they be honest with you? Would Ron Howard be willing to say to Jon Stewart, hey, man, you're wrong here in scene 2, and, you know.
Oh, no, I didn't want to. I mean, listen, their time is valuable. I wanted a sense of the viability of it more than I wanted, you've got to bring conflict in the second act.
Did some people not contact you after you told, like Ron Howard, does he call you up and say, hey, I read this thing,
Yeah, but he's such a friendly guy. Like, I also knew not to push it with people that I didn't really know very well or that I thought weren't. He is truly how this is possible after being in the business since he was like 7 years old.
He's actually a nice guy.
Really nice guy. Like one of the most genuine, down to earth, raised his family away from Hollywood, went out to Connecticut, couldn't be a more decent fella. Wow. And so you get the sense of that as opposed to guys that come in and are a little dicky and kind of carry themselves in a different way.
So you happy now? I mean, you're happy with the wife, the kids, everything. Yeah. Everything is going well. You like doing the Daily Show, so some days you hate it, some days you love it, right? Yeah. And you got the movie. Will you direct another movie?
Maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have the director's bug now?
I like bossing people around.
Yeah?
That was fun.
This was a serious movie. In fact, Carell told me it was really odd that you guys met up with each other, maybe at Cannes Film Festival.
We were in Telluride.
Yeah. And
at this film festival, 20,000 feet above sea level, nobody could breathe.
And he's in a heavy movie about John DuPont, and you're with the heavy movie Rosewater, and you're look at you're both comedy guys, and you're both out promoting your serious movie.
But there's still good, even in Foxcatcher, there's some moments with Carell that are really comedic in the film.
They are.
The thing where he's wrestling the guy and he's pulling and his mother's watching is fucking great. And in our film, same as well. The last 20 minutes of it are really there's a lot of sort of absurd comedy that people end up you'll be sitting in the theater, people are fucking laughing.
Would you like to write an absurd comedy, like a Woody Allen type thing?
Yeah, I think I'd like to write something that's a little more straight comedic. In one of the reasons why I didn't want to add kind of those black comedy elements or farce elements to the script is what happened to this guy, Maziar, in this Iranian prison was so absurd and so out there that I didn't want the audience to wonder, was that real? Is that something he brought?
Did he feel his life was in danger when he was locked in an Iranian prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
they beat him?
They beat him. They told him, they were going to kill him. It was fucked.
Yeah.
And, they played for evidence the bit that he did on our show where Jason Jones interviewed him and said, I'm an American spy. Tell me why Iran's so terrifying. So they played that to him and go, why is an American spy talking to you? And he's like, why does an American spy have a television show?
They have no idea what they're doing over there.
They were asking him about, Anton Chekhov is a Zionist and why are you on his Facebook page? And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you think that even the stuff we read in the paper about Iran and stuff, you think it's kind of made up and no, they're for real. They fucking they're clueless when it comes to America and what we're really about.
Well, certain elements, but see, here's the whole thing though. Within the movie, you see there's a whole other part of Iran that we know nothing about. Young, educated, vibrant, artistic, open to the world. This is a small regime.
But isn't it weird to you that it still exists, that religion is really sort of the basis for all this fucking hate in the world?
But don't you think it's just a pretense? If it wasn't religion, it'd be nationalism. If it wasn't nationalism, it'd be... You've been to Jets-Giants games?
Yeah, I know. So what is it? Is it just human nature to be at war with someone?
I think we're a relatively tribal group of individuals, and, it feels to me like progress in the world is trying to overcome those tendencies.
Do you think we should be fighting ISIS, or are they just not the threat that these guys are making them out to be? Should we just get the fuck out of there?
I think the biggest problem we have over there is we started this, and it's very difficult to walk away. Should we fight every crazy nutbag group in the entire world? No. Then again,